Hello, I am Syed Abdul Aziz from GM University. Our topic is IPL T20. My teammates are Srujan, Amrish, and Ashwan. I am explaining about ER diagram. ER diagram contains entities and attributes. Entities contain team, player, stadium, match, performance, and auction. Team contains attributes such as team ID, team name, owner, coach. A team can play in matches and has players. Player contain attributes such as player ID, player name, nationality, role, auction price. A player belongs to a team and can play in matches. A player can part of the auction. Stadium. Stadium contains attributes such as stadium ID, stadium name, location. Matches take place in stadiums. Match contains attributes such as match ID, match date, team 1 ID, team 2 ID, winner, etc. A match involves two teams is played in a stadium and has performance. Performance contain attributes such as performance ID, match ID, player ID, run score, wickets, etc. Auction. Auction contain attributes such as auction idea, player ID, team ID, auction price, auction date. Represents the buying, selling of players. Relationship schema. A team can have many players, 1 to n. A player can play in many matches, m to n. A match take place in one stadium. A team can a match take place in one stadium. A match has many performance, 1 to n. A player can be part of multiple auction, 1 to n. A match involves two teams. The next part will continue by H1.
Myself, Yashwant, I am explain about the key entities and attributes of IPL. Team, first one team. This entity represents the various franchise and participating in IPL. Next one is player. The player entity captures the detail about individual players in inducing the unique identifier, name, and etc. Batsman and bowler nationality, auto price, and team they belong to it. Next one, match. The match entity records the information about the match player, including a unique identifier, match ID, date, participating teams. Next one is stadium. The stadium entity includes the attributes such as student ID, name, and location. The next one is action. The action entity tracks player transition relation and next topic is next topic is relation and uh, cardinality. Team to player one is team. The team can have multiple players, but each player belong to only one team per season. Next one is team to match one is team. The team can participate in multiple matches. Next one is match to stadium. M is to one. Each match is held at one stadium, but next one is match to performance. M is to n. A match can feature multiple players, and each players can participate in multiple matches. Next one is player to auction. M is to one. A player can be attend multiple these, but each action participate in one player. Team to action. M is to one. The team can participate in multiple actions, allowing for financial tracking and team composition management. Next part will be continued by Amrish.
I am Amrishas. I am explaining the topic about team performance queries, which was the highest scoring match in IPL history. First, we should select match ID, total score team 1 and total score team 2. This selects the unique identifier from the match ID and the total score of both teams. from match. This specifies that the data is being retrieved from a table ordered by total score team 1 plus total score team 2 is descending order. This sorts the results in descending order based on the sum of the scores of both teams. Limit 1. This is nothing but this retrieves the output to only the on top row. Second, which team has the lowest total score in a match? First, we should select winner team ID, minimum total score, team 1 has lowest score. The, this selects the winner team ID and calculates the minimum total score, team 1 from each group. From match, it retrieves data from the match table, group by winner team ID. The minimum agreement function will be operate on each group, ordered by a score ascending order. Orders the results by this lowest score in ascending order. Which team has lost the most wickets in a single match? First, we should select match ID maximum total score team 1. As most wickets will this selects a team ID and calculate the maximum total score team from match. Retrieves data from the match table. Ordered by most wickets lost. Orders the result by most wickets lost in descending order. Limit 1. Returns only the top row. Which player has hit the most sixes in IPL history? It selects the player ID, some runs scored, some six hits as total sixes. It selects the player ID and calculates the sum as total sixes. From performance, it retrieves data from the performance table, group by player ID. It groups the results by each player, ordered by total 6 in descending order. It sorts the results in descending order of total sixes. Limit 1. It returns the player with the highest total scores. Seventh one. Which player has scored the most runs in a single season? Select player ID sum run scored as total runs. It select the player ID and calculate the sum as total runs from performance. It retrieves data from the performance table where match ID select match ID from match where year match group by player ID. It groups the result by each player ordered by total runs in descending order. It sorts the results in descending order of total runs. Limit 1. It returns only the top row. Which player has taken the most wickets in IPL history? First, we should select player ID sum wickets taken as total wickets. The sum from performance. It retrieves data from the performance table, group by player ID. It groups the results the each player, ordered by total wickets in descending order. It sorts the results descending order. Limit 1. It returns the player with the highest total wickets. The next part will be continued by my teammate Srujan.
My name is Rujanes. I am going to continue the queries. The next query is which bowler has the best bowling figures in IPL? So now we are select player ID and maximum of winners taken, wickets taken as best bowlings. So we are selecting two attributes from performance entity. Performance entity is a table in which we have attributes. We are selecting the attributes like player ID and wickets taken. We as maximum wickets taken as best bowlings. Now, after taking them, we are grouping by player ID. Means we are grouping by player ID and maximum number of wickets taken. After grouping it, we order by the best bowling in descending order. Means we are already ordering by best order, bowlings. Means best 1, best 2, best 3. That too in descending order. So after ordering it in a descending order, we have to apply limit 1 to only take the first output, means the best bowling figures. So when it comes to next query, which batsman has the highest strikes rate in the session? So here we are selecting player ID, and to find out the percentage, so we have to taking here sum of runs scored divided by sum of over bowled into 100. So you can see here we have taking the percentage and making it as a strike rate. So we are creating another attribute known as strike rate, which contains this one. So we are totally now player ID and strike rate from performance, where matches ID, where match ID in select match ID from where year match date equals to question mark. So after this, we are grouping by player ID, means we are player ID and strike rate. After arranging it, we are ordering by strike rates, that too in descending order, and applying the same limit 1 to get the best, the highest strike rate in the session. So when next going to another query, we have which stadium has host the most IPL matches. Means we have to find out the which match stadium has host IPL match, number of IPL matches in these years. So we have taking uh, we are selecting stadium ID count star as match count. Means we have counting uh, everything. Means we are selecting student stadium ID, and we are counting the number of matches that has held there, and giving the attribute a name as match count. So where we get stadium ID and the count of the match from match is a table entity. Now we are grouping by stadium ID. Here we took stadium ID and match count. So we are grouping by stadium ID and order by match count, means stadium 1 and the number of counts, stadium 2 and the number of counts. And we are ordering it in match count in descending order. Means greater number, smaller number, smaller, smaller, and goes on. We are applying limit 1 to get the highest number of matches. That means the first one, the top one in the row. When it comes to next query, we have taking here which stadium has seen the highest number of 200 plus scores. Means we have here which stadium has seen, means which stadium has seen 200 plus scores. So now we are selecting stadium ID count star as count 200 plus. Now we are selecting the scores of the stadium as count 200 plus from match entity. Here where total score team 1 is greater than or equal to 200, or total score of team 2 is greater than or equal to team 200. We are grouping by stadium ID, means stadium 1, stadium 2, stadium 3, stadium 4, and we are ordering by count 200 plus in descending order, same from greater number to smaller number. And we are applying limit on to take the top one order pair. So then after doing that, we will get the highest number of 200 plus code stadiums. Okay. From next query, we will take this one. Which team has the best winning record at a specific stadium? Means the best winning record at a specific stadium. Okay. We are in here. We are selecting the winner team ID and count star as wins. We are taking a winner team IDs and we are selecting the count of and making it as a wins attribute. From match entity, we are taking these two attributes. Where stadium ID, we have to input the stadium ID, and then that will group by winner team ID and order by winners. It will group winner team ID and winners and in descending order and applies limit 1 to get the best winning record. So the next query will be which player has changed teams the most times over IPL session. So here we are selecting player ID and counting the distinct team ID as team changes from option. So here we are taking the another entity, then option entity and selecting attributes like player ID and counting distinct team ID as team changes. And after selecting them, we are grouping them by player ID and ordering by team changes in descending order and applying limit on to get the first means the top one, which we known as the most team over most times change team in over the year. Thank you one and all.